Hi everyone, this video is going to be about how to tell the difference between a fake Hydro Flask and a real Hydro Flask. I watched a lot of these videos before purchasing my second Hydro Flask, but I was still duped. So I'm going to go over some of the things that other videos didn't really go over and hopefully prevent you guys from making the same mistake that I did. Okay. So in front of you are two Hydro Flasks. One is real, one is fake. And just a quick test, I wonder if you can tell the difference between the real one and the fake one. Which one do you think is real and which one do you think is fake? So I'm going to do a close-up here. And then these are the paper covers. They're both pretty snug, so none of them's loose. Both of them say hydration on the top, and then colder, hotter, longer are all in metallics. Okay, so now let's look at the bottom. Okay, so here are the bottoms of both of them. I know in other videos they say like a telltale sign of a fake Hydro Flask is that it will be like engraved at the bottom and it will say Bend, Oregon and other things like that, but both of these are printed on the bottle. None of them say Bend, Oregon, and they both look pretty real. Also, one YouTube video said something about the words being different on the paper cover, and in this case, that's not true. Both of these have the same exact words on them. There's nothing that differentiates one from the other in terms of what's written on the tag or the paper cover, whatever it's called. They both say the same thing. They're both metallic in the same places. Okay, moment of truth. So, I wonder if you guys could tell which one was real and which one was fake. If you had said that the green one was fake, you would be right. This is the real Hydro Flask, and this is the fake Hydro Flask. Now let's go over what makes them different. Okay, so for me, I think the biggest difference, having both of them in my hands, the biggest difference I can tell between the fake Hydro Flask and the real Hydro Flask is the texture on the bottle. If you look at a real Hydro Flask, there will be like a rough texture. It's not like super rough that it'll like hurt your hands or whatever, but it's enough so that you will be able to grip onto the bottle. But on the fake Hydro Flask, there is no texture at all. Actually, it's completely smooth. There is nothing for your fingertips to grip on. It's totally smooth. And you can actually tell this a little bit better. Let me just put them like so. You can tell this a little bit better on the bottom. Do you see how it's like, you can see the texture a bit better on the real one, and then on the fake one, there's no texture at all. It's completely smooth. So let's talk about the bottom while we're here. Both of them have the exact same thing written on them. It's exactly the same. Maybe there's a difference in the numbers. Yeah, so the numbers are a little bit different, but that can be because one's a different color. And the fake one doesn't have the etched Bend in Oregon. So this is a really solid fake. It would fool anyone who's not looking that carefully at photos online. And I mean, it fooled me. And I thought I watched all the videos on fake and real Hydro Flasks. Okay, so I was actually duped twice. So I have a fake Hydro Flask also in the color Fog, and if you see them right next to each other, you can tell the difference. I'm gonna move the olive one out of the way for now. Now, so these two, the one on the right is real and the one on the left is fake. So if you look closely, you can see that the symbols are different. The fake one is not as bold as the real one. It's a little bit faded, and it's not as cleanly printed. So let's look at the words here. This is also a great way to tell the difference. However, it's really difficult to tell just based on photos, but I'm hoping I can give you some indication as to what to look for. So the real Hydro Flask, the print is consistent, the font is consistent, it is bold where it needs to be bold, the letters look the same, it looks like it was written on a computer and printed straight from the computer onto the Hydro Flask. It looks professional. The fake one. The fake one looks like it's been through some things. The letters are thinner. The font is not consistent. The boldness is not consistent. I don't know if you can tell, but like some parts of the F are thinner than in other parts of the F on the word flask. The Y is thin. It just looks like it was slapped on there without much care. Okay, so at the bottom, again, super hard to tell the difference. This is the fake one. And this is the real one. Surprisingly, the real one has like words that are harder to read, where the fake one, it's actually easier to read what's on there. And also, don't mind the holes at the bottom or little punctures at the bottom. Real Hydro Flasks have this as well. It's just something that happens, I guess, in the factory. So don't think that's a telltale sign whether it's real or fake, because this is also fake and it doesn't have it at all. And real Hydro Flasks can have the holes in them, so those don't really mean anything. Okay, so I also wanted to show you the tags that came with both of them. So the tag that came with the real Hydro Flask, it says all this, and it says the color, which is Fog. And the other one, it is almost exactly the same. Actually, it is exactly the same. But do you see how it doesn't say the color? Like, Fog is missing here. This one says it, but this one doesn't. So check to see if the tag at the bottom of the Hydro Flask you want to buy says the color or not. Because if it does not, run away. Run away. Okay, so now let's look at the interior. Both of them didn't come with like the paper in the middle inside of them. So again, these were really, really good fakes. This is the real Hydro Flask. I don't know if you can tell, but like the circle or the bump all the way at the bottom is bigger than this one. Again, really hard to tell if you don't have a real Hydro Flask with you, but this one is much bigger than that one. Also, I don't know if this will help anyone, but the real Hydro Flask is on the right, the fake one's on the left. The steel opening comes down further on the bottleneck on the fake one than on the real one. Okay, another sign to tell the difference between real and fake would be the covers or the things at the top. This is the wide mouth flex cap, and the fake ones tend to come with the straws. I don't know why. I have no idea why. But as you can see, like, they say Hydro Flask on them, and they look legit. This one says it too. And I will even show you the bag that they came in. So the real one did not come in a bag because I purchased it in store at REI. But 2 that I purchased online did come in a bag, and they came with the straw. So they looked very, very real. That's why I was duped. So I know a lot of people on here have talked about how their fake Hydro Flasks came in like a white box and it didn't have a bag. Well, my fake ones came in a bag. They had this Hydro Flask bag. You see it even says the logo. It says repurpose me, reuse, recycle me, stuff like that. And yeah, so I put the olive one in its bag right here. So I hope this video was informative for you guys. It's really hard out in these streets trying to get a real Hydro Flask for good money, but right now Hydro Flask is having a sale. And also look out for sales on REI. I was actually able to get my Hydro Flask from REI at a promotional price, so do look out for sales. They do happen, and be very, very careful from buying a Hydro Flask from an unauthorized seller.